Hello everyone, thank you for being here and thank you Shure for welcoming us into the amazing booth with such a huge and great setup. So here we are to talk about UC and Shure that is really investing heavily in the UC. So let me introduce myself quickly. So I'm Sofia, marketing manager at the UC division for Midwich Group, and it's your turn.
Hi, Sophia. Thank you very much for having me. So yeah, I'm the UC sales manager in the UK for sure. Been here for a year now and been in the industry about 26 years. Although obviously it wasn't called UC all the time, but yeah, been around for a while.
Yes, hi, my name is Marcel and I'm technical manager UC within the Midwich Group, and I'm responsible for showrooms, services and everything around UC.
So here we start. And let's say, how do you think AI is going to impact the UC world in the coming 12 to 24 months?
Well, obviously you're not going to hear any topic or anybody at the show not talk about AI, right? So
of course.
It's the world in which we live in, and obviously it's huge. And I think there's been a huge shift. From UC point of view, UC was all about communicating real time, bringing people together. AI is going to take that further. It's going to be all around outcomes. How do we get outcomes out of those meetings? How do we get actionable insights out of those meetings? So that's where the change is going to happen, I think, over the next 24 months, is how AI is going to drive those meetings, making sure that we get those outcomes. I see a world where the agenda in our calendar will be dictated and driven by AI. So it will tell us if we start going off piece, that we start talking about what we had for dinner last night or something like this. It will then bring us back onto point to make sure that we get positive outcomes and actual insights at the far end of that.
Marcel, your opinion?
Yeah, I'm totally with that point. And talking about maybe meeting rooms in special, I think meeting rooms will be way more intelligent in future. So we will see meeting rooms who will be proactively instead of reactively. We will see meeting rooms which will talk to us, give us information, and try to get the most out of the meeting. So it's all about efficiency and productivity.
I think the buzzword for this show is definitely going to be outcomes. It's all about outcomes. How do we get outcomes out of it? And those AI agents arranging follow-up meetings based on what was happened in the last meeting and giving us all those notes and everything else, and when we go into the next one as well.
Great. So in one way, we have a new boss in the room.
Yes.
And coming back to your philosophy, because of course Shure is well known for the quality and is really your mantra. How do you see it within the hybrid meeting experience?
Look, we've talked about good enough is no longer good enough, right?
Okay.
We talk about equity and equality and how do we empower people in those meetings. To do that, we need to give them good audio. We need to give them good video. To get equity, we need to be able to see people's faces and cues and facial expressions and such. And if you look at the platforms like Microsoft, like Zoom, those AI agents that they have in those platforms require audio as a data path. And what's going to be the cost of poor transcriptions? If I say 1 million and it comes up 1 billion, that could be a very expensive mistake,
I'm
right?
Italian, I totally get the point.
So it really is about quality, and it's something that us at Shure, we've been in, especially from an audio perspective, been in this game a long time, where we understand the importance of audio and audio intelligibility in our products.
Yeah, it's totally about data quality, as you said. I'm with you, and especially of course talking about Shure, microphones is a big key of that, because when you have the wrong data in the meeting, then the output will be rubbish, and that's not what we want. So it's all about that audio quality. I'm totally with you.
So I mean, it's not just talking about AE, but provide AE with the right kind of material to help us.
Absolutely. So just to add to that, there's a story, an anecdote that's going around Shure at the moment, where one of our customers did a bit of a bake-off. They tested our product against some of our competition around the accuracy in audio, and from the test that they did, they got a 98% accuracy on using Shure. I won't tell you what our competitors was, but it was far
It's the
different.
coming question, but please.
It was far different. But you know, when I say 98%, people sort of go, oh, okay, that's not 100%. No, it's not 100%, and we will continue to strive to get to 100%. But if I was to give you a 100-word story that 98 of those words were correct, you'd probably understand the story. Right? Our competition, I can tell you now, is that less than a third, less than 2/3 were correct. If you were to take that story, you probably wouldn't make sense of it. It's probably incomprehensible. So, audio is key. Quality is key if we want to get those actions.
So again, to the next question, we jump one and then we come back to you as well, Marcel.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, and in the Shure opinion, of course, what's the next big thing in the UC?
For me, I would say it's probably invisible infrastructure.
Oh.
Right, which is slightly different, right? It's around coming into the meeting room recognising who I am. It's it will set the meeting up. It'll start the meeting. It knows that I've booked the meeting room. I'm because using facial recognition, it's recognised me. It will then start the meeting room. It will then from an AI perspective, we'll be taking all of that data and that'll be fed into our CRM systems or whatever back-end infrastructure we have, and just naturally populate that. So I really see those actionable, those outcomes, all of those insights, all going into to the infrastructure that the company has, but seamlessly without us knowing.
Okay.
Yeah. So my take on that is that that the interaction with AI will change. So today, maybe you can confirm that mostly interacting with AI is via chat. And I think in future, and that's of course the fit with microphone speakers with a high quality, voice will be so important that we will talk to AI. Because talking to AI will be much faster than writing down words on the keyboard. And I think that comes in all live parts, but of course also in the meeting room. In my opinion, we will do way more things with voice when we have that quality achievement with AI.
Great. It was very interesting. I don't know if you want to cover something else, because I really love the approach of Shure this year, but it was also last year, if I'm not wrong, to having something, a part of the booth that is dedicated to what it could come in the future. And I love the could, because it's part of the process. So let's talk a little bit about the approach, the future, what is your plan that could not maybe become a product at the end, but give us some insights, please.
From a Shure perspective or from my own perspective?
Both.
Okay. Well, sure, I've got to be careful because I've obviously got roadmaps and NDAs and everything else.
We
so
can
I've got
also cut at a certain point.
So obviously, we brought out a number of products, and at the stand we brought out the new bar, our new IntelliMix Bar Pro, and that's starting to bring in some of these, trying to collaborate all of our expertise and audio expertise into that bar and delivering it, with the addition of video as well. So you're going to see a lot more from that. You're going to see a lot more about how we can make that large space, those divisible spaces, easier for people. So that's good. I think from my point of view, if we look at where the roadmap is going, I think it's around simplicity. It's around user centric. It's making sure that it's easy. If you come into a meeting room and have to think about the technology, then there's a problem. Right? And one of the things that Shure do really well, and I don't know if people notice, and you'll see it on the booth with many of our products, is a lot of the logos. One, you could take the Shure logo off the unit, or it's black on black. We don't want to be in your face. For us, the technology should blend into the background. It should just work. It should be simple. It should just work. And I think that's where you're going to start seeing even more, is how do we make things more simplistic.
Great for me. I don't know, Marcel, if maybe some question pop up in your mind in the meantime.
Not direct question. I think what comes perfectly to what you said is that we get more connected in future with devices which are technically in the background, not seen for the user, but I think the user should go in the conference room, action points prepared, everything is ready, and it depends on the content we discuss in a meeting and not on the technique and everything else. Of course, everything is very smart in the background that needs to be for all the features, but at the end of the day, it comes out of these interactions between people, and that's the important thing we need to achieve.
Absolutely, and for sure, one of the things, one of our key big rocks, if you like, or whatever you want to say, is around how do we empower people? How do we give people a platform to make an impact on a meeting? We've been talking about equity and equality for some while now, but actually, how do we go further? How do we allow people to make an impact in those meetings? They should be heard and they should be seen, and how do we do that?
So I think that after the conversation we raise so many questions and curiosity to the listeners. So of course, let's say that they can find more information on the Shure website. That is very well done. And of course, they can reach the local Shure person or come back to the Midwich Group local companies that are working with Shure, that are almost all the companies. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
enjoy your see.
And you. Thank you very much.